Alright, well, it's October 7th. Me and the wife are headed in to hunt my grandparents tonight. She's got the bow in her hand, and I'll be behind the camera, so just luck. Got anything to say to the camera? No? Yes, baby. Where's he going? I don't know if that was a good shot. It's a little dark out, but we just climbed out of the tree stand. Mackenzie let an arrow go, had a nice buck. We're not 100% sure on the shot. It looked a little bit back maybe, but the deer took off. We're gonna head back to the house and review the footage, and we'll go from there. We'll be back. Alright, well, it's October 8th, the morning after Kenzie shot her buck. We ended up backing out last night. We thought the shot was a little far back. We went back and reviewed the footage once we got home, and I think it's definitely the back of the lung, maybe liver. But the main reason why we backed out was because not long after the deer she shot ran off, another buck appeared. It was almost like the one she shot did a circle and appeared like 20 yards to our right, and it looked identical, but he didn't look hurt, so that's why we backed out. But after we got home, I was looking at my cell cams, and it turns out there was another buck out in the beans that we couldn't see that I had pictures of. So assuming the deer that we seen after she shot was not the one that she shot, we thought we heard the deer crash as soon as he jumped the fence out of the beans. So we got the dog, and we're gonna go see if we can find him this morning. Stay tuned. A little update here. We found where the deer crossed the fence. Found the arrow broken off. Followed blood for a couple hundred yards, and it just kind of disappeared. So at this point, we're kind of just doing a grid search. I have a couple more spots to the north that I would like to try, but right now about all we can do is just keep walking and hope we come across something. I did manage to find an antler, old, but I'd rather find a dead deer, so we'll keep looking. Alright, well, we've searched this small patch of timber here about as far as we can go. The blood trail kind of goes in circles and circles. We've walked the outside of this bean field, and basically the whole perimeter of this property. The only place we haven't walked is the beans. So we're gonna make a couple passes through the beans and see if we can find them. If not, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. I thought for sure we were going to find them up in that thick timber, but I don't know, the blood kind of circled and circled. And it's like it crossed in a couple places, and Alright, so we found the deer. It took a little longer than what we expected. The blood trail kind of took us in circles all over this little timber. It's not much, but it's really thick. The blood just, like I said, went in circles. We pretty much had to grid search the whole thing. We didn't find any more sign, so the only thing that left us was to basically grid search the bean field. And fortunately, we found him in the bean field. Unfortunately, the coyotes got to him first. But we got him back here to take some pictures and do an interview. Last night when the deer came out, well, right when we got in the tree stand, I had Mackenzie draw back her bow just to make sure her safety harness wasn't in the way and all that stuff. And her bow came completely apart. What had happened was there's the pin that goes through the cam on the top has a clip on each side. Well, one of the clips was missing, so that pin somehow came out, and when she drew back, all the cables came undone. Well, somehow I was able to get it all put back together and got the pin through. I drew it back a couple times just to make sure it wasn't going to blow up and lose an eye or anything. But we had a couple of spikes come out, and they milled around out here in the food plot. And then I think it was about 6:50. This guy came in from behind us, worked down the fence line, came directly under our tree stand. He crossed the fence, and we're sitting about where she shot him. The shot it did the job, but it was a little far back.
My broadhead was still in him when we found him.
The broadhead was still in it when we found him. But for her second deer ever with a bow, I'd say I'm pretty proud. You got anything else to say?
Nope, I'm happy with it. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome.